That's because he got an early yellow. He's playing ultra aggressive, and that kind of put Austria in a hole because now he's got to defend Dembele. He's got to defend Mbappe throughout the rest of the game, and you could tell he wasn't really putting himself out there.
But if we wouldn't be saying that if Wilber's header goes the other way, it's just that header, man. Like,
why aim it that way?
What was it? I know.
But it was just poor defending.
Right. I get it, but
he couldn't really.
There's going to be moments of poor defending. I didn't think he was that bad over the course of 90 minutes. Nobody in Austria, except for like a couple. For the context of the game, I thought they did pretty decently.
They did.
And they contained them as much as they could.
It was their most difficult task, probably the most difficult task of this competition.
And it's a shame that it comes down to like, all right, Mbappe at one-on-one is going to break free. And if you're on a yellow, you got to be very careful. Yeah, like, but I'll allow that. If I'm the manager and I see that defending, it was a cross to nobody. That should have been handled.
Yeah.
Money, get out of here. The guy went
99 out of 100 times that gets cleared. I was really impressed with Austria. I thought they did a great job tactic-wise. They pressed when they needed to. They fell into a low block when they needed to. They were smart about hybrids. At point, there were 5 forwards up top creating issues.
Yeah, you say that because of the scoreline.
No, I was impressed with what they did. Even if they lost 2-0, I would be impressed with what they did.
If France had converted all the opportunities that they had,
I was just going to say, how
you guys wouldn't be saying.
And if I had abs, what are you talking about here?
Well, but I think the fact is that France were wasteful in this match. And even Mbappe had an open breakaway, just him against the keeper, and he sent it wide.
I audibly yelled. What?
Can I hear it?
So, by the way,
He yelled that very lightly.
I'm dead last in my betting pool with my friends. But I have Mbappe as my top goal scorer of the competition, and that's.
I think so. I think I do.
Ciao.
Yeah.
I went. Ciao. I was ready. I was like, oh, finally, at least I'll be able to cash in on the top goal scorer. I went, no! By myself in my living room, right? You give that to Mbappe not 100 times. You give Mbappe that one-on-one 1,000 times, and he scores 999 of those.
That was shocking to see.
Yeah.
We all assumed it was going in easily. I almost didn't even look at the screen.
What was more impressive was Rabio in that way he was able to play that ball into the space, and the high line that Austria was playing. I thought that's suicidal against Mbappe and Dembele for that instance, or Thuram, all of those players. But when I look at France, Ousmane Dembele is one player who is such an enigma because we talk about wasteful. His passes, not accurate. He usually is lacking that final ball. It's really difficult. But I want to go back to Rabio. What a performance from this player, because remember, there's all this talk about him being immature and not. He had an incredible season at Juve. And now you can see he's really cemented himself in the French side. His passing accuracy, his recoveries, his winning his duels, and then you see he's finding the outlet. He's comfortable on the ball.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant performance from him.
He gives a lot of balance to the French team. And he's kind of under the radar because in that same position, if Chouameni's healthy and you even have Camavinga ready to go, it feels like if you're playing FIFA, you don't start Rabiot.
And you don't start Kante either.
Right. Deschamps has consistently, but Kante, because of his situation in Saudi, was a little bit of a surprise in the inclusion because Deschamps hadn't been including him. But
he's got no Saudi slump. He proved it yesterday.
But Rabiot has been Deschamps' guy for a while now, and he's been starting game in, game out. And when you tend to look at a team sheet, you say, there's better midfielders than Rabiot, but he proves that he belongs on this starting 11 for France, along with Kanté, who had he was ridiculous. He's part tractor, part bulldozer, that guy. Yeah. He's unbelievable. And it gives a lot of organization to France, and I'm not so worried about them than I am the other bigger teams that didn't have great performances.
Yes, no, I think that's fair. I also think that lackluster performance from France was very much overshadowed by what could be the potential loss of Kylian Mbappé, who broke his nose after a collision with Austrian defender Kevin Danso. This happened late in the game, and it was, if you see the images, I mean, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah, there was
it was
a lot of
a
that.
gnarly injury, and there have been a lot of reports coming out about, if he's going to have surgery, if he's going to miss time, if he's going to wear a mask for the games. We don't know yet. Nothing has been made official as to his availability. But for France, yes, I agree with you, Nico, that they'll be better than they showed, that they will bounce back from this. But if they are without Kylian Mbappé for any amount of time, Charlie, what do they look like?
You have two options. One, you go with Olivier Giroud up top, who we all know how he plays and how he can incorporate the other attacking players and Griezmann and your dynamic wingers. Or you move Marcus Thuram to that center forward spot. And then you could play Colomwani, you could play Kingsley Coleman, you could play Bradley Barcola. I don't even think that Dembele should be starting, to be honest, given his recent performances. Even with PSG, seeing how he played in the Champions League semifinals against Dortmund in both legs, he should be doing more. Given his ability, his dribbling ability, he was only successful 1 for 5 yesterday against Austria. So quick, but either it's the shot or the final pass that is just not accurate enough.
Yeah, I thought Marcus Thuram had a great game, so I'd love to see him stay in. I think he won the most duels of anyone in the match at 10. So much more effective than I was expecting. I think, Giroud has set the bar pretty high for, especially what you said, just being able to link other players, which I think is the one thing that maybe Marcus doesn't do as well, but everything else Marcus showed, he is incredible.
Of the big teams that haven't really impressed us so far, I'm talking about like a Belgium and England, a France, we'll put them in that category. Which team are you the most concerned about based on their first match performance?
Because of the players, Belgium, because of the coach, England.
Okay.
The Netherlands also, we didn't get to talk about them yesterday. I was thoroughly unimpressed with the Netherlands. It's ironic, right? Because Koeman, who obviously from a very Dutch Barca-esque influence, wants to play this modern, fluid game, adaptable. And I get it. That's the trend where football's going. But he didn't have a response to Poland. And Poland were valiant in their effort to try to steal whatever they could from this game. And the irony of it is that it's Wout Weghorst, a prototypical number 9 that's just like, get the ball to the big man in the box with a sensational finish. So I'm not too convinced. Again, with or without Mbappe, France collectively is better than the Netherlands in my eyes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and that puts Netherlands in a tight spot.
I think, to your point, England, I'm concerned with Gareth Southgate getting the tactics right.
Yeah.
And the player selection and finding the right group to get the most out of that team.
Bro, he just needs a little, I don't know, like he needs to, I don't know, maybe.
Give me the pep talk.
Do you think it's a
Put an
not
ecstasy
having
in
like
it.
the courage to make?
he needs to try something. He needs to be exciting. I want to see him dance. You know what I mean? I want to see him do something.
You want to see Gareth Southgate dance?
Like I need to see.
I don't.
I need to see you be less
Absolutely
conservative.
not.
I need to see you be like.
You think he's scared to make these?
Yes,
decisions?
I think he's. For what reason? The talk is already that Manchester United was willing to take you on. They're basically lining him up for the next season to take him on. The talk is already that this is his last major competition. So why? Go play. You've got all these amazing attacking players. Show me something. Jesus, show me you still love her. You know?
That's good. That's definitely getting clipped.
Oh,
Yeah, clip it.
I can't wait. I can't wait. All right.